everybody, Wayne here. In today's Let's Play, I'll be doing a playthrough and mini review of the German breakout scenario from Bastogne, The Desperate Defense, December 1944, from Fresno Gaming Association with an uncredited designer. This game is based on an old SPI folio game from the 70s. This game was released in 1992. We'll go down to the table where I will give just an overview, very quick overview of how the game works. It's a very standard sort of hex encounter game. Then we'll dive into the playthrough, and you'll see if this game really deserves the 3.6 rating it has on Board Game Geek. All right, let's get on the table.
All right, let's do a quick overview before we dive into the playthrough. Bastogne, Desperate Defense is a traditional hex encounter two-player wargame, I go, you go system. I will be playing both the Germans and Americans. I have the German breakout scenario on the table. The German breakout scenario takes place over 7 turns. Germans will be pushing in from the west, and by the way, we're talking north, east, west, south. So just think of, instead of having the map north this way, I just shifted it like that. You can see Bastogne right here in the middle. There are 2 town hexes to denote Bastogne. The Germans, in this scenario, they're coming in again. They're coming in from the east, heading west. Their goal is going to be to capture Bastogne. The Americans want to hold it. It's worth, I think it's 10 victory points for the Germans, 12 victory points for the Americans, something like that. I'd have to double check, which we will be checking towards the end after the Germans romp and destroy the Americans. You'll see. And also the Germans have their Panzer Lehr units. They will want to move off map to the west. So again, as they're coming in from the east, moving this way, they're going to want to keep going. So they're going to they have 2 goals: capture Bastogne and also continue west with the Panzer Lehr units. The rest of them, they'll be free to go ahead and take Bastogne and take it. The Germans, they're going to start off with 1 stack. I don't think you guys can maybe quite see it, maybe the very top left. That'll be the very first stack of units that'll enter. So you can see there's some American units on the map. The Germans have none to start. They'll begin with a stack. Again, I said it's I go, you go. The Germans start first, and the system is move combat, right? So you move all your units. Once all movement is complete, you conduct combat. Germans will always go first each turn, giving them a significant advantage, besides the fact they're advantage in this game with number of units, firepower, mobility. I could go on. So the Germans will start off with a stack, entering the map here, right around this area. And then next turn, the Germans will get another stack. The Americans will get a stack. The next turn after that, turn 3, the Americans will get a few armor units. And after that, the Germans get another big stack. Then turns 5 and 6, no reinforcements. And then on the last turn, the Germans get another medium stack of units. Being a very traditional, very standard game, very, very simple, traditional units here. So looking on the right, we have an infantry, the American infantry in the green. Americans are in green, Germans are in the gray. Strength, defense, movement, right? So American infantry has 4 strength, 6 defense when it's being attacked, 7 movement points to spend. Each bit of terrain has a different movement cost. It's written on the side here of the map board. American armor unit, you can see stronger, same defense as infantry, more movement. And you have German artillery here. It has a combat strength or defense strength during, if it is attacked in regular combat with a 1, movement of 7. And then you look at its artillery factors on the left. Top one is when it's conducting barrage combat, barrage combat, which is offensive artillery fire. Second number, the 4, would be final protective fire, so basically it's providing defensive artillery fire. And then in 12 would be the range on the artillery. I will be using, when you see these, because I'm probably be editing slow parts when I'm moving multiple units, and it's kind of just a little more boring. We'll be using these on my units generally to show when they've completed the movement. I'll remove them, conduct combat, place them on as I'm doing combat. So you'll see those. Combat is differential based, so you'll be adding up all the attackers, attack factors, subtracting whatever defense number the unit you're attacking is. Keep in mind with the final practice fire, right? So add everything up for the attacker, everything up for the defender. Take the attacker minus the defender number from it. Whatever that differential is, you'll have it on the CRT. At some point, probably at the beginning, I'll have the CRT pop up so you guys can at least see it. And then after that, I'm not going to keep doing it. We're just going to go ahead and I'll just tell you the results. D10 base, so differential, and then you roll a D10. The festive, semi-festive die here, green, will be when the Americans are attacking, and the black die will be for the Germans. All right, so like I said, go 7 turns. I don't know if I'll actually go to 7 turns, because once the Germans have obliterated the Americans, captured Bastogne, and looking like they're going to run off the map, I'll probably stop at that point. But I guess we'll see, right? That's why they play the games, right? So, all right, let's get to the playthrough. All right, turn 1 of German breakout scenario, 7-turn game. Turn marker on 1, it'll be the German turn first. Germans will conduct movement and then combat. On the first turn, the stack of German units I have here just on the bottom of the board, which would be the east end of the map. You guys may not be able to see those units, but you should be able to see the east side of the map here. I will move them on. The game has them coming on as a stack, so they start as a stack and then they move one at a time. Later on, we have reinforcements come on the map. Traditionally, the game has, each time they're entering on a hex, that turn as another unit did, they're supposed to start a hex back, the equivalent of, right? So you have 4 units. It takes extra movement points, right, to move from behind. In this case, they start in a stack, so you need to save on movement for that first German turn. Also, the rules, of course, do not specify where they start. So we will assume that they start like the rest of them on the east side, and probably right in about this area right here is where they're going to be coming from. So yeah, big surprise that the rules don't specify exactly where they enter. For a lot of the other reinforcements they do, but for the first one, it just says they enter as a hex on the same hex. Where? Who knows? All right. So we have German, basically it's going to be German tanks, Panzerlehr, reconnaissance, motorized. So it's going to be some fast and strong vehicles for the most part. All right, let's get them moving in here. Let's start off. So just like every hexagon war game since time immemorial, roads basically are going to be half a movement point. Clear terrain is going to be a single movement point. And again, you have the terrain in the side here. Woods is 2, so woods. Moving through towns is just 1. Broken terrain like this is 3. Rough is 4. Roads are half. Trails are full. So the solid brown line, right? Road, half a movement point each. These are trails are full, and then you can cross the stream here, and up there. However, it does add 3 movement points, and adding on to the cost of the terrain. Unless you're crossing over a bridge, no additional movement cost, just the cost of the same terrain. Okay, so moving in here, so we can do half a 1, 1, right? 2, 3, 3.5. 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. And I'll mark them just to show he's moved. So we'll stop there. Units do have a zone of control, and is not mitigated by friendly units. Also, units you can only have 1 unit per hex for stacking. There's no stacking. You can move through during movement though with no penalty. So as we enter the artillery zone of control, and yes, he does have one, it will stop our unit there. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. 1, 2, 3 and a half, 4 and a half. So what I'm going to do with these Germans, I'm going to move up kind of like right like here, central thrust. And we're going to get some reinforcement with combat here, and then next turn, turn 2, we're going to get more reinforcements here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 3 and a half, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Issue with him. Like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Didn't really change anything, but that's all right. I was looking for a possible eliminate a retreat option here, but don't have enough MPs to get around him there. All right. And 1, half, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There. I don't want to engage in with him. A little bit of a tough spot with this guy. Kind of got jammed up there. Where should I go with this last one? Maybe start maneuvering around over here? Maybe. Yeah. What would be a +4 in a town? What would that do? Ooh, attacker. Lots of attacker retreat options. I don't like that one. All right. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 3 and a half, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Just right there. Well, let's join the combat over there. All right, so you see our Germans, we went ahead and moved in. We got some pretty good on the armor and artillery here. So that's it for the movement phase of the phasing player, which is the Germans. So let's go over to the second half of their turn, the Germans' turn. So they will now conduct combat. All right, so combat, every unit that has, or attacking unit, right, phasing unit, that has an enemy in its zone of control has to attack it. Has to attack an enemy, and every enemy has to be attacked by at least one unit. You get to determine the attack zone, and you can determine the order of the attacks, which can be important, obviously, with retreats and things like that. So in this case, we're looking at it. All of these, we have these 4 German units surrounding the American armor here. They all have to attack it, which is fine. And then these 3 Germans are going to have to attack that artillery. For order, I'm looking at it. I think we want to attack the German armor, or excuse me, the American armor first. So, very, very simple. You're going to add up, like I said, all the attack factors and all defense factors. So, for the attackers, it's going to be 12, 10, 10, 10. So it's 42. I'm just laughing. It's all right. 42. The defense obviously would be just the 6. You can add in. So artillery, I mentioned final protective fire, right? So that second number. So we could do, for instance, we could say, well, instead of just the 6 in the armor, we could use these artilleries, which are within range, 12 range, both of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So both of them. So they're going to do that. So they're going to add their second number, which is the 4. And 4 is total 8. Plus the 6 is 14. So what were we at? 42 minus 14 is going to bring us down to 28, which is extremely overkill. But so plus 28, it's not to be at the top of the chart. It's in a town, right? Check the terrain. And then on our CRT, I'll have it pop up. So 28 under town. See the line for broken, wood, stream, or town. go all the way over to plus 14. That is the maximum you can have. And for the Germans, we'll roll the black die, see what they get. Oh, a 0. That's not good, but it will work out just fine. So a 10, actually it's a 10, excuse me. So the 0 is a 10, right? So 1, it's a 10-sided die, right? 1 to 0 written on it, it's 1 to 10. With a 10, usually a 10 is bad for you. You want to roll lower. 10 is retreat 1. So the defending unit is going to have to retreat, RN, right? However many units, or however many hexes, excuse me. So he has to retreat 1. Unfortunately for him, there are zones of control. German units are exerting zones of control behind him to his rear. So that American armor, and you don't take step losses in lieu of retreats. If you're unable to retreat, you are eliminated. So he is eliminated. And then being eliminated, every unit that was involved in the combat can advance 1 hex. Now, in this case, you're only going to be able to advance. There's not going to be anywhere else to go other than towards the objective. Right, I just had to double check the rules, just to clarify. You can actually advance in any way you want. So what that means is whatever results where the retreat are, so in this case 1, the 4 German units that were involved in that combat can advance 1 hex in any direction they want to. So they don't even have to go to the same hex as the unit was. The only difference is that if you're following a retreat path, say it had been 4 hexes and it'd actually be able to move that. You could follow along even through enemy zones of control, but if you're doing it where you're doing your own path, you have to stop at enemy zone of control. So what do I mean by that? So these were the 4 that were involved in it, right? He's going to advance 1 to here. I don't want to mark him off, though, to show that way he's not involved in the other combat. He will advance here. Also mark off these are American artillery to show they conducted final protective fire to help out. He will advance here, and then he will advance here. So, boom. Quick and dirty little combat here. All right, now we will have the second German combat. On this artillery unit here, we have 10, 12, 4, right? So 26, and his defense is 2. So 24, so plus 24 differential, and no artillery to help him. So plus 24, and he's also in a town. So again, we're going to be maxed out on the town track here at plus 14. Roll for a combat. 0 again. But again, so, or 10, excuse me, again, and I said 10, I said 0. All right, retreat 1. So he's retreat 1. However, zone of control, nowhere for him to go. Therefore, he is automatically eliminated. Get him out of here. And then these German units can all retreat, or excuse me, follow, advance after combat for 1 hex, whichever way they want, which they will certainly do. So, we'll go here, 1. He'll move. Kind of don't like him being out in the middle of nowhere. He'll kind of back up 1 here, and then he will advance 1 there. I think that's perfect. Okay, so that's it. So that was the Germans for their half of turn 1. They moved, right, entered the map, moved right here, just right up the center, right direct drive towards Bastogne. And they conducted combat and eliminated an American armor and an American artillery unit. So they are poised. Let's switch over to the American half of turn 1. All right, the Americans, they know reinforcements are coming. They are going to conduct their movement. They're going to reinforce Bastogne here, get a little bit more of a defense there. But I think they want to try to maybe get in the Germans' way a little bit, slow them down, maybe even eliminate this German recon battalion here. So I think what we're going to have the Americans do, we have them kind of move up some of their units, push back again, kind of retreat back or advance away from the enemy here. Let's start with this American armor here in Bulge. He has 12 movement, so pretty good movement here. He's going to get in a position to attack this recon, German recon battalion, which I think will be assisted maybe by this armor, maybe by this American recon. That may work. We'll see. Let's get him moving here. So with 12 movement, right? 1, 2, moving on the road, only takes half per hex, right? 3, 4, and let's do actually back here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you'll attack there. Look at that. Entering zone of control. Done moving. Excuse me. This artillery, let's get him back into position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Move him back nice and far. And we have additional, we got mechanized infantry here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 5.5. Stop there. Actually, 6, 7, 8. There we go. All right, you can attack there. Joining attack on this, and they've kind of pinned him in there a little bit. Okay, yep, that'll work. And then this armor here will push up as well. 1, 2, 3, right here. Oh, he's gonna have to attack him though, isn't he? Oh no. Oh, so that means, well, we got to push up armor now. Well, so much for holding the line here. We're starting our own assault here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that'll do it. And he will 1, 2, 1, 2. Move up to secure. Bastogne. Oh boy, it's I'll tell you, it's tough one for the Americans in this. Like I said, I played now this scenario a couple times, getting used to the game. It's a tough one. That was pretty aggressive. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but let's see. So that was the movement phase, right, of the American turn. So now we go to the second half of turn 1 and have the American combat. All right, American combat of turn 1. We're going to have, so these two Americans, so the American armor and mechanized infantry will have to attack the German recon battalion right here. And then same thing with American armor and mech here. Attack the German armor here. Remember, everyone has to be attacked that's in his own control, etc., etc. We do want to stack modifiers as good as we can, but also I don't want to do any diversionary attacks. And the game calls it, right, where you have like say a weaker unit attack a stronger unit, just to kind of avoid having to expend additional SPs. We're just gonna do full attacks. So let's do, oh boy, let's do this one here first. So these two American units attacking the German armor here. What do we got? 8 plus 8 is 16, and we can add up to 4. So artillery can do that final protective fire, right? That sort of defensive fire, and they can do barrage fire in the same turn. So they will help out. They'll help out with this attack, I think. Yep. So both of them will help out. So 2 and 2. So adding 4 to, what do I have? 16. So the total of 20 minus 8. So plus 12. Oh, that's really good. Plus 12, and it's in clear terrain. Ooh, I need to do some damage here. So clear plus 12. Almost all the way over. Oh boy. Yeah, if they roll a 4 or less, that German unit is in big trouble. All right, D10, see what they do. A 1. Defender eliminated. Oh my god. There you go. That's why they play the games, right? Oh my god. And that was actually a VP unit. So the Americans don't earn the VP for it, but this was one of the units that the unless it does count for this, I think I'll double check, but basically this unit would be one that the Germans want to move west off the map. but they're not going to be able to now because it was just eliminated. Wow. All right, and then they can advance into that hex if they want to. This unit will move up and in. All right. I cannot believe that. It's awesome. Good job. Maybe it won't be such a romp. All right, so now these two American units attack the German Recon Battalion. 10 and 8, 18, minus 6, 12 in woods. Plus 12 in woods. Right here. Plus 12 in woods. 5. What is 5? Retreat 1. So he'd have to retreat 1. However, he's locked in zones of control. So he cannot retreat, so he is eliminated. Wow. This is already turning out better than my prior 2 playthroughs. And that was both of them. And that's it for the combat. That's it. Not a whole lot of units out there. So that is it for turn 1. Wow, not too bad of a showing. So the Germans will now get this again. They get to go first each turn, right? So it'll be turn 2. They are going to bring in this stack of units over here on the turn track for movement. So they can move the units here. They get to move the units they're bringing in, and then the Americans will get to, on their half of the turn, will get to start moving their units in. So let's go to turn 2. All right, turn 2, German phase, German half of the turn. They will do their movement and then combat. Again, they have the units on the board already, and then they have that big stack that's coming in. They come in between 2909, 2908, and then 2916 here. So basically, these hexes here on the right side of the map. And they will be coming in following the rules of, first one comes into a hex, just pays the entry cost of that hex. But then after that, if a unit uses that same hex, it's implied that it's coming an additional hex at that cost, right? So cost of 1, cost of 1, cost of half, cost of 1, cost of 1, cost of 1, cost of 1, cost of 1. So you get the idea. That's what kind of got them spread out here. Okay, let's do the movement from our mechanized and armor here on the board already, because I have a plan here and I think it's going to work out pretty dang well. But we'll see. Okay, we're gonna go for Bastogne. I think the Germans, they're gonna push right on Bastogne. These American armors and mechanized, yeah, they're a threat for sure. They're gonna want to be dealt with, but I think follow-up units, reinforcements are coming. They probably will be able to deal with them. So the Germans, seeing the prize of Bastogne and its multiple victory points, 10 VPs for controlling Bastogne. Both hexes here. All right, let's get moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Bastogne is surrounded. Back here. This mechanized, the 304 mechanized battalion for the Germans cannot disengage from combat. It's gonna have combat here. It can't disengage during movement. The only way to get out of the zone of control is to be retreated or force the enemy to retreat during combat. So he's gonna stay right there. All right, so now we'll continue movement with our off-map units moving in. Let's see if we can get. I think Bastogne is pretty well covered, and yeah, I feel bad for those defenders. Let's see what we can do with our men coming in here. Let's back up this German mechanized unit, right? The 304th. Get him in there. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's risky. I don't know if we should have done that, but it is what it is. Is what it is at this point. Okay, Panzer Lair unit. So again, he's like basically a hex back, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There. Okay, not too bad. I think I got a plan here, guys. Germans got a plan. Americans, I don't know, they're doomed. I wish they weren't, but I don't think they stand a chance. All right, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got to get up to Bastogne. Same thing with him. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, should he have... no, that's fine. So I try to help out over there, but I think it'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Yeah, I guess. I'll kind of spread out a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Just seeing how we're going to get these units moved. I kind of want to get a little more up here. I think the worst case, the artillery can reach. So, all right. So we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh, 12. There we go. And then 10, 11, 12. Right there. Boom. Let's get up and assist him there. Yeah, I'll probably have to use artillery here to help out here, which is, I mean, just fine. Honestly, it's not a big deal. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bog down there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll stop. Artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He'll stop there. Again, artillery, keep him back a little bit. Plenty of range. Range of 18 hexes, range of 12 hexes. They can get everywhere. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.5 right there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. Beautiful. All right, so that's all the movement for the German units. We have the units on the map, and then the ones that came in as reinforcements. So, all right, let's get over to the German combat phase. All right, combat half of the German phase. So you can see, did a few combats here. So Bastogne is under siege. It's going to be attacked. Both these units in there are going to be attacked. And then the American armor here will be attacked by these 3 Germans. And this American armor will be attacked by these 2 Germans. The rest of the German units were not quite able to move up, although obviously the artillery will be able to support during the attack here. All right, let's resolve the attacks down here first. Let's do this one first. I think for our sake will be, actually either way, it doesn't matter, does it? Actually, yeah, it doesn't matter. So let's actually do this one here, right here. So these 3 Germans, so 2 Panzer Lehr, and then mechanized here, will attack the American armor. 10, 8, and 4. So we have 22 minus 8. That puts it at 16. No, puts it at 14. Puts it at 14, right? Yep, 14. And he is in the woods. So woods at plus 14, that is maxed out. So we're not going to use our artillery for this battle at all. So these 3, excuse me, right here, attacking him. A 5, that is retreat 3. However, again, retreat's blocked, zone of control. Gee, it's almost like I played this game before. And so therefore he is eliminated. And what did I say it was retreat 3? So retreat 3 means these 3 units can move up to 3 hexes. And yes, they can enter zone of control. So 1, 2. Then make sure to mark them off. It is combat complete, though. We can't conduct. You can't join in this other combat. 2 here. And 1, 2 here. Okay. And then we'll have this combat right here. It's this unit. Should we? No, I like that idea, I think. Yeah, I like that idea. All right, so 10 and 8 minus, so it's 18 minus 6. Just looking here. Minus 6. That's 12 in clear. What's clear go up to? Plus 13. Almost a waste using one of these artillery on that, but all right, I guess we'll use the 6 strength artillery. Actually, you know what? We'll leave them. We'll save them for Bastogne because he can reach. They can both reach Bastogne. All right, so what did I say? It was plus 12 in clear terrain. All right. A 4, that is defender takes 1 hit and retreats 2. So he will be reduced. And he has to retreat 2, which he is not zone and control locked. 1, 2, right here. And then I can move up and in, which I will certainly do. I have to show they conduct their attack. And now the siege of Bastogne. Let's see what the Germans can do here. So they will conduct, let's do this combat first. Let's do this one right here. So right here. The German Panzer Lehr and mechanized here against the recon unit of the Americans. So 10 and 10 is 20. Minus 6 would be 14. And what's he in a town? We're crossing a stream, but that's the same as town. So, plus 14. That's the max anyway. So there's actually, I don't even need the artillery. That's kind of wild. Yeah. All right, so let's roll to see. A 2, that is defender takes a hit and a step loss and retreats 1. Obviously, he cannot retreat, so he is eliminated. He's completely surrounded. And we'll go ahead and move up into Bastogne. And finally, the Panzer Lehr and German armor here will attack. I guess he'll use his final protective fire rating of 4 to assist. So 4 to 2. So it's 12 plus 10, 22 minus 6. So 16, and he is also in a town because he's in the other Bastogne hex. But again, that maxes out at plus 14. A 4, that is retreat 4. Well, he can't retreat anywhere. He's surrounded. Therefore, he is eliminated. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. And the Panzer Lehr will move into Bastogne. Is that retreat 4? So technically, I wanted to, but I'm not going to. We're going to keep it like this, just like that. Okay, so that is the end of the German half of turn 2. So they have eliminated 5 American units. That doesn't come into effect for VPs. Remember, so for the Germans, they want to capture Bastogne and hold it till the end. It's worth 10 victory points. And then they need to remove several different units, basically pretty much as many Panzer Lehr units as they can, along with a few other kind of random ones. The armor here, 1-3, the 2-3 that was eliminated. And that'll give the Americans a couple VPs, but 10 for Bastogne, and then again these Panzer Lehr, which are some on the map. There's more coming. The Germans need to get that moved off the map, which yeah, I think it's not looking too good for the Americans here. So all right, let's at least go to the American half of the turn and see what happens. Turn 2, American half of the turn. Americans have a few units left on the map. Then they have a bunch of reinforcements coming, all basically leg infantry, heavy on the defensive, not so much in the attack, and then 1 artillery unit. Battalion of 101st Artillery. So yeah, let's yeah, a bunch of trying to look for airborne coming in. Airborne are coming in. I don't know if they were going to save the day on this particular game and scenario. Yeah, maybe you know, I don't even know if it's possible for them to have gotten to Bastogne and reinforce it before the Germans arrive. Yeah, one of this game's many unique quirks. Okay, so for the Americans here, for movement, let's I mean, these units are locked into combat with the Germans here, so there's not just gonna be too much activity there. The American armor here, he'll move up 1, 2, just help out in combat. These guys are he's basically doomed. I shouldn't say doomed. Well, let's leave him there for now. We'll probably have to retreat him back, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, well, let's move him back here. Move this American artillery back. Okay. All right. Let's start doing our movement in. So the Americans, they move in from any western edge of the map here, right? So, but again, they're coming in from a hex, right? A phantom hex, and then any behind them are paying extra cost. So let's see what we get here for movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can get in there, but I don't think he's not going to get reinforced. It'll be just him versus a whole bunch of mechanized that are way stronger than him. So he's going to stand strong here, and they're going to form up before they kind of march on the Germans here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5.5. Yeah, they'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5.5. Yeah, the next turn, I think, turn 3, they'll kind of march on Bastogne, see what they can do here. Artillery will come in for reinforcements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he'll stay there. And same thing down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, more limited movement around those trails. You're not on the roads, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's stuck there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, okay, yep, they didn't come in, I mean, in a line or anything streaming in, but they came in. Nice little infantry force moving into relief. By next turn 3, they should be able to 7 movement on all these guys, right? All these Lakeborn. 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2. Yep. They'll pretty much all these are gonna be able to swarm down on Bastogne. So maybe the Americans have hope here. That's it for the movement half of the Americans phase. Let's go to combat. All right, combat phase of the American turn. It's not gonna be good. Not gonna be good at all. So basically, I'm looking at it here. We're in a tough spot. So we're gonna have this separated the attacks. I wasn't thinking right on that. I don't know why I did that. Shoot, it's doomed anyway. But there's be a defeatist here. All right. So basically, because they're separated, he's gonna attack separately. So he'll have assistance from him at least. So 4, he's gonna attack Panzer Lair. So American reduced armor, so attack the Panzer Lair. Recon unit, which is 4 minus 6, so -2, not good. He's gonna add in his 2 for attack, so it brings it to 0. And I think he can help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, he'll hit his, so that's +2. Artillery, of course, they're barrages. So it's a total of +2 on a +2 differential for town. So right here. All right, see what the Americans can do. He rolled a 2. That's pretty good. Exchange. All right, well, so it's reduced. And he is already reduced, so he is eliminated. And then both have to retreat. Obviously, he was already retreated, so he'll just have to retreat 1. All right, and then what do we got left for combat? And then these 2 units down here, these 2 American units. So at least he can pick who he wants. He'll pick the guy that's the same strength, so differential of +0 in clear, differential of 0 in clear. Right here. With a 2, both retreat. Hey, what do you know? Broke contact. For now. And right here, he'll attack again. Yeah, unit, same strength as him, 0. There's no other American artillery to assist. So again, 0 in clear. A 3, both retreat. Oh, just break contact basically. So keep his line static defense with, or his defensive line here with his brother. All right, well, that was that for the Americans. Yeah, not a whole lot of action. They moved on the board. A little bit of line here, getting their infantry all in line, getting the airborne ready to march on Bastogne. But before they get to do that, we'll go to turn 3, and Germans get to go first. All right, turn 3, German have for the turn. Germans have no reinforcements this turn. Next turn, they'll get a big stack of reinforcements. But for this turn, what they have on the map, what you see, is what you get. So they're facing, looks like 2 things going on right now. A couple things. Obviously, airborne will be moving in. It looks a little bit more impressive than it is. Strong on the defense, not so strong on the attack, but there are a lot of them. And then you have a couple mechanized right here, still have some strength for the Americans. And also remember, the Germans not only capturing Bastogne, which they have done, they do need to get multiple units off the map to the west. Now, I'm telling you, looking at it, the Americans have no shot. But yeah, we'll play for a little bit and see how far we get. If we have to play out 7 turns, we will. But I'm feeling we won't have to. So All right, for the Americans, let's do this. Or excuse me, the Germans. Let's do this. They want to get these American mechanized out of the way. Once they do that, they'll feel a lot better. So they're going to start moving their men for that action. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 5.5, I guess, huh? So we're getting this unit maybe off the map here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Western edge. So not the north, but you can go to the western edge there. So next turn I'll be able to do it. And what else we got here? Yeah, let's move. How far can he move up? Artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It doesn't matter. Plenty of space. Get him there. Same thing with this artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get him up close, a little bit closer so you can be involved in any of these combats. 1, 2, 3, and yeah. 5. Should I go there? Actually, no. He'll stay back here and say, come and get me. Come and get me. And let's go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 3.5. Right here. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, hang on. I don't know. Hang on. Where was he? Right here? Yeah. Kind of feel like making a run with those because they're all VP units except this 304. The 304 mechanized. He's not a VP unit, is he? No. But these three are. Making a run for the border. One, two. He is, though, isn't he? 1, 3, 2, 3. No, it's him. He is not. He is. All right. So let's do it like this. A pretty good combat here. I just don't see the Americans pushing him out, but it's a little bit of a conundrum. Not too bad, huh? They'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Making a run to the border. Not to Taco Bell either. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So 304. He'll just move here. This is German infantry. 1, 2, 3. I don't want that spot though. Wherever he was, doesn't matter. He's going to move right where this layer, Panzer layer is. So I'll move right there. And then this Panzer layer, he's getting out of there. He'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, he got attacked, but that's all right. And he'll join him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's transfer on there. They'll try to make a little bit of a run for the border over here. And who else we got left here? Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Join their attack there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count a little bit there, but I really don't care. Not gonna care at the moment. Okay, German movement done. Ooh, it took a second. I don't know. Sorry, guys. That was a little slow. We bogged down on that one. We have a few more units to move in. We're kind of bogged down on it, but I think we get settled up. Let's get over to the German half and do combat. All right, we'll conduct our combats here. Basically, these 2 American units are toast. Or are they? We'll see, right? All right, so we'll have these 4 Germans attack the 1 American mechanized here. 8, 8, 16, 18, 28. Minus 8 is plus 20. So we don't need to use any artillery. So plus 20. Again, these 4 versus him. Plus 20 in woods. Goes up to plus 14. A 2. So that is defender reduced 1 and retreat 2. Obviously, he cannot retreat 2. So he is eliminated. And that's 2. Remember, 2 hexes. They can move. So he will advance here. And 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Okay. And this combat right here. So 10, 10, 26. Minus 8. 18. Not even using my artillery. You don't even need it. Plus 18 in woods. Again, max is plus 14. 2. That is step loss and retreat 2. Takes step loss. He is eliminated. And you Germans can advance 2, 2. Okay. And 1, 2. All right. That's it for the German movement and then combat. So, see what the Americans can do. Go to the American half of the turn. All right. American half of turn 3. The Americans looking at it, they get a little bit of reinforcement. 3 units, 2 artillery and an armor battalion. They're going to move him in. A couple of them over here, try to cut off this Panzer layer, eliminate it. Basically counting him as gone. Then I think they're going to move some airborne, try to cut off the Panzer layer here. And then the rest, they'll move on Bastogne. And then see what they can do. So, all right, let's get this movement done. So like I said, they're going to try to cut these Panzer layer off and then move up on him. Let's move up on him first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then those are artillery are all close enough to do combat. So, okay, I think that's it for U.S. movement. Let's go to U.S. combat. I will say, yeah, it's going to be tough here. I think I called at the beginning, and then at last turn when I saw the Americans there, I thought, well, maybe they will have it. No, this is going to be a bloodbath. But let's play it out and see how it happens here. So, all right, let's start combats. Let's start over here in the right of the map, top right, which would be the northwest edge. Armor against Panzer layer. This would be the only good combat I think they really have. So, 10 against 3, so that's +7. And this artillery here will help with his 6 barrage. So, +7 becomes +13 on, it's a rough terrain. Yep. So, +13 on, where's rough? Right there. Right here. So, Americans will attack. A 6. That is both retreat. Both retreat. Interesting. Okay. So actually, he'll retreat here, and he'll retreat. Okay, never mind. I thought they were going to definitely get that Panzer layer unit, but apparently not. Wow. Both retreat result. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Anyway, let's do combat over here. So, top left for you guys here. Southwest on the map direction. They will have these two attack him, and he will attack him. I know, it's not ideal. Again, that's why I was like, I looked at this after I did, and I said, wait a second. This isn't going to be good. And then this artillery will provide support. So, we'll do at least overwhelming on one of the fights. So, this will be kind of the diversionary. So, these two with the artillery will attack him right here. Actually, it should attack him. No, he can't. Only one of them can. Shoot. All right. 8 plus the barrage makes it 14. Minus 10 for his defense. It's only a +4 in the woods. Oh boy. +4 in the woods. A 1 though. Retreat 1. Oh, he can retreat though. Oh, shoot. That's him. Him. A 1. So the best you could roll, and he still only got a 1. Oh, God. And then he will attack here. 4, 10, so -6. -6 in clear terrain. -6 in clear. A 1. Attacker retreat 2. So that was not bad, actually. Again, he rolled kind of the best. 1, 2. Retreat there. Wow. And then he can advance to... He's going to stick with his buddy here. And there's going to probably pretty much exit the map probably next turn. May not be able to get by the zone of control, but either way, they're pretty tough together. Within a turn or two, they're out of here. It's a fact. So, okay. That combat. So now we have kind of the center here at Bastogne. And let's see what we can do. This is going to be rough for the Americans. Oh, man. Because they have to spread their attacks out, right? Everyone has to be attacked, right? So only one attack will be double. The rest is going to be a single. So, you know what I mean? So, for instance, say these two airborne versus the Panzer layer here. And then single, 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 single. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. Okay, so they'll do it that way. So these two will attack the Panzer layer, and they'll get artillery support because they're going to try to have an overpowering attack there. So total plus 4. 4, 4, 4, so 12 minus 8, so plus 4. And I think he's in clear terrain at least. Plus 4 in clear terrain. 4, that is retreat 1. So Panzer layer just has to retreat 1, and he will advance. Oh boy, and here's where it's about to get rough. So basically every one of these attacks, 1, 1, 1, 1, oh god. All right, so 4, that's a -6, 4 minus 10. -6 in a town, which goes down to -3. It's the best you get. An 8, attacker eliminated. And defender may advance into hex if he wants. Might as well, right? Actually, I'll stay right there. Why not? Infantry attack infantry here. So 4 against 6, so -2. -2, I should say. -2 in a town hex. So -2 in town. 7. Attacker eliminated. He can advance, and he will not. Right here. In a clear hex. So -2 in clear hex. A 9, attacker takes a step loss and retreats 1. He'll hold the line. And finally, -2 in a town. An 8, attacker eliminated. What? Are you serious here? And he'll stand strong as well. Oh, okay. So, let me clear these markers off. All right, so we just finished the American half of turn 3. So finished turn 3. Just a little recap of what we got going on here. Review. So the Germans have captured Bastogne, have an extremely strong position. The Americans tried to attack with their airborne and were rejected with a loss of 3 of their units, and I don't even think a single step loss inflicted on the Germans. Germans tried to take the Panzer layer unit here. He got away on a retreat. Same thing over here to try to ambush him over here. Failed as well. Starting next turn, the Germans will get another big stack of units. Turns 5 and 6, no more reinforcements to either side, and then turn 7, last turn, Germans get another stack of units. Looking at the situation here, I don't see the Allies retaking Bastogne. This unit, I already did the math. This unit's a Panzer layer, German armor, 2 Panzer layer units here. They are going to be able to get off map next turn, because remember, it'll be Germans first on turn 4, so they'll be off the map, earn those VPs for the Germans. Bastogne's worth 10. Each of them's worth 1, so they've got 1 away already. No, there's none away yet. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 14 because they're gonna hold Bastogne. Americans aren't gonna be allowed to recapture it. And then they do have additional units still, additional Panzer layer units. There's several of them, And then it's not the 34th, but I think we already had this conversation. No, it's here. Panzer Lair. The artillery, they're going to have to get off map, so that will take them a couple turns to get there, but they're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 full turns, and this is it for Americans. So I'm going to call it here on the video. I know you guys are like, let's play it out. There's no reason to play it out. Every game is exactly the same. Try different strategy with the Americans. The Germans. I think I saw a review or someone comment on Board Game Geek calling this a German romp, and they're not wrong. So, we're going to stop the playthrough here. The Germans, it's too lopsided at this point. Americans have no chance. So, I'll wrap it up here with a little mini review, my final thoughts. All right, Bastogne, Desperate Defense, December 1944. From Fresno Gaming Association. Is it as bad as advertised? 3.6. Maybe. It's definitely not good. It's definitely the worst Battle of the Bulge / Bastogne game. I mean, it's labeled as a Battle of the Bulge game on Board Game Geek. It's really, focus on Bastogne. It's fight for round Bastogne. It's not a full Bulge game, really, so I shouldn't really talk about it that way, although, like I said, it's labeled as that. Fact is, it's definitely the worst of any of the games I've played. Doesn't mean that it doesn't have some semi-redeeming qualities. The look is pretty good. Actually, don't mind the map. Posted some pictures on a Facebook group, and somebody did say, I think they said it looked like pea soup, which now I can't get that out of my head. I was like, well, I thought the map actually looked decent. Counters look good on the map. Everything's clear, easy to read. I mean, I've been playing it. You guys have been seeing it. I don't mind the look at all. I mean, the look's definitely the best part. Gameplay, nice, simple hex and counter, but God, it's a mess, right? The rules are a mess. Also, I haven't really mentioned it. I don't even know if I'm playing combat right. So if someone knows the system better than I do, they may look at it and say, well, you played this stuff all wrong, Wayne. And I'll say, well, then these rules are what drop the ball. Normally, I don't pass the buck. I'll take the buck and say, yep, I did something wrong. These rules are a mess. How is combat's resolved with the units? How many units involved? Applying hits, retreats. It's just really weird. Like it's both simple, extremely simple. Combat differential, right? Add up, subtract. But then with artillery, with barrages, final protective fire, can you do multiple barrages, multiple final protective fires? I would think no, only one of each. But somewhere in the rules, it may imply that you can do more than one. Like you can just keep doing it with them, which I don't know if that's realistic either. So rules are a mess in general. Obviously, you saw the Germans too in this. It's just a romp for them, as that one person on Board Game Geek said. It's a German romp. Now, I also saw a comment from him or somebody else talking about the overrun. I don't really know if the overrun is a big thing. So the overrun mechanic would be if you during movement, not combat, if you move adjacent to a unit and you have at least 7 times your combat strength is 7 times his defense strength, you can overrun him. Well, that's pretty rare. Like there's an overrun right now. I can see I could move maybe. Well, they're adjacent. They're gonna have to fight them out. Actually, I wouldn't be able to move them. I would have to fight, but these American don't have any chance. But anyway, off tangent a little bit, off track. So something like say one of these 10-8s or one of these 10s here against that artillery, right? He's a 1 defense, a 10 versus 1. It's more than 7 or more, so they could overrun him. But it doesn't really happen that often, at least in my game. My games, played 3 full games of this. Every time Germans just trounce the Americans. The Germans get the Americans get a few VPs, a few victory points from eliminated units. But other than that, Germans always take Bastogne, and they always get the vast majority of their units off the map. Period. So, is it a total lopsided victory? I guess not total, because the Americans seem to get at least a few VPs. They eliminate a couple units. So it'll get 6, maybe even 9 VPs. In my last game, like right now, they would have 3. Because they eliminated 1 of the German VP units, the ones that have to exit the map. So, and those count as 3 each, they eliminate. So, it's not good. It's the worst Bastogne / Battle of the Bulge game I've ever played. and that fits in line. So do I recommend it to anybody? No, absolutely not. Do not pick this up. Do not rush to buy your own copy unless you want to completely rewrite the rules and just have this as like a core base and then have your own set of rules, in which case send them to me when you're done, and maybe I'll give it a look. But other than that, Bastogne, Desperate Defense, December 1944. There was no defense for this game. It's not a good game. 3.6 on Board Game Geek. I don't know, but at the same time, I get it. I get it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough, enjoyed this video. Comment below, and subscribe, of course, made it this far. I always appreciate subscriptions. They're free. Just click the little button. Don't watch all my videos. Just watch the ones that interest you. Other than that, give the video a thumbs up and comment below. And until next time, everybody, later.